Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And we're underway from the bank. On the return, Britton Covey. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Hurts comes out throwing. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest game.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. They run it with Saquon Barkley, who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
We're going to go with Barkley on the counter. Escapes a defender. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down. They're running the option, short side. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he started to get through the lane before it closed. 3 yards there. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
63.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Barkley's got it. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Hurts now on 4th. And it falls incomplete. So this one will not get it done. They're going to turn this over on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Hey, Alpha, sit hot.
Out of the gun. Here's Jackson. Gets this one to Andrews. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. So through one, this game, more for you defensive maestros out there. Couple.
Wanna quit.
Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They're looking at first down here. Trying down the middle with Henry. Takes out a one-stop. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Pushing for the end zone, and he lost the football. It's not loose. Only a couple there, but still in good shape. Only 3 yards to go here on second and goal. Henry. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just a yard that time. They needed more, and now it's third and goal. QB sneak coming. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They only get a yard that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. Fourth down, here's Jackson. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens get some late points and the lead. Tucker adds the PAT. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Covey now to return this. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They're out and set, first and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Looks like they will indeed try it, 4th and 2. On 4th down, Hurts. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Markers reset, ball at the 37. On first down, Jackson. Finds his man. It's Rashad Bateman. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens grow their lead just before halftime. Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Covey now to return this. They get to him before that return can amount to much, just beyond the 15-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hurts to throw. This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Chopping that play, Trenton Simpson. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 23. Hits him on the out route. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. On 1st down, Hurts taking a deep shot here. Tried connected with Brown, but it's intercepted. And the Ravens make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half. They've got 1st down here, but just 18 seconds to work with. Lamar now from the gun. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go. He was there. He just couldn't corral it. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Now from the right, he fires deep middle. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. And this won't have the juice to reach the landing zone, so some great field position coming up for this offense at the 40-yard line.
All one, ready? Set up! Ready? Ready, set up! Set up!
Lamar off the play fake. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking for Mark Andrews. So that brings up 2nd down.
Ready? Set up!
Throwing again is Lamar. Taken in by Likely. And he gets it forward and still about a yard out of that. Kobe Dean in on the tackle.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Well, no look on his first look of the game. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth.
No, we changed it.
Running for it. Here's Henry. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They go for it on fourth down and get it in a big way, 25 yards there.
Even with everything he racked up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score was getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Running once more with Henry. And they limit the damage, just a few yards on that gain. Brought down on the effort by Quinyon Mitchell. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Putting the tight end in motion. Here's 2nd and 7. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. First time this game they've looked to him. And that takes them to 3rd down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Jackson now on 3rd. Chased out to his right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that 1st down anyway.
Working inside the red zone. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He's on the move. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Ravens grow the lead coming out of halftime. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens stretch their lead to 21. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Covey now to return this. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They go to Barkley again. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Brandon Stevens in on the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory. 6 yards on the run as we've reached the end of our 3rd quarter. Ravens bring an extra DB out there. 3rd down coming up. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he fought the good fight there just to make it back to the line. Offense in the hurry up here. They'll run for it with Barkley. Has a hole left, room to run. He does it, touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles get it back to within 2 possessions. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. There's time to chide him about poor tackling later, Brock.
And I probably will.
And you probably will. Coach probably will give him an earful about it as well. But let's not let the missed tackle take away from excellent effort he had on that run.
Yeah, it really was his effort to force that missed tackle, kid. I think that's the key, and open the door for that touchdown. As soon as he slipped that stop, his mind was focused on one thing and one thing only, the end zone.
Good looking return here, and he's got room. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. They've got 1st down from the 31. Blitz coming here. Jackson escapes the pocket. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete. That one intended for Mark Andrews. So it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, a run for Henry. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. Working quickly here. Now Jackson on 3rd down. Henry on the catch. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Out of the gun, Henry. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. Another run for Henry. And he'll maybe get 2 out of that. So that play brings us to the 2-minute warning.
Come on, ready?
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Ready? Sit up.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. This one's caught. It's Andrews near the sideline. And he nearly broke it for 6. He steps in at the 3-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Henry. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. The back grabs it. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. Now the Ravens offense staying put. Look at this. They're going for 2. Jackson's throwing for it. And he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another 2 more to that lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Covey now to return this. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. He was looking for Dallas Goedert there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And he's going to be brought down at the 28-yard line. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Desperation time here on 4th. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. Forced out to his right. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway. Ugh.
1st down from the red zone. Has it in close. Touchdown, Baltimore. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
And that's into the end zone, so they follow the touchdown by tacking on 2 more to their lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Covey now to return this. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. The timeout arrives with just 3 seconds remaining in this game, so we've got 1 more snap coming up.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
One final shot here. Trying to push it deep downfield. And there's our last stand image of this game. It's intercepted. Nate Wiggins has got it. So it ends as a win for the Ravens. They did their part, Brock, defending the home field, using that advantage to secure the victory.